Anytime you're playing a game, I want you to start looking at it differently from now on. There are 3 lines of defense that you're constantly going up against: the opponent's attacking line, their midfield line, and their defensive line. Once you start recognizing these layers, you'll realize that every opponent, no matter how good they are, can be broken down piece by piece. Understanding how to move past and manipulate each of these lines is what separates an average player from a deadly unpredictable player who controls every phase of the attack. The first line, the attacker line, is their press. It's the players who try to force you into mistakes early, cutting your passing lanes or rushing your defenders. You need to stay calm here, draw them in, move the ball quickly, and use their aggression against them. The moment they overcommit, that's your cue to play through them and start building your attack. The second line, the midfield line, is where most players get stuck. This is where the game really happens. Their midfielders are trying to slow you down, force you wide, and block the lanes to your attackers. Here, you have to be patient. Use L1 triggers, rotations, and quick passes to pull their shape apart. Every little movement should have a purpose, either to open a gap, drag a player out, or create an angle for the next pass. And then there's the final line, the defensive line. This is where most players panic, but this is where the best players shine. You don't just force it, you manipulate it. Trigger your striker or cam early, time your pass perfectly, and attack the space before it even looks open. The goal is not just to get through, it's to make them react to you instead of you reacting to them. Once you understand these 3 layers and start playing with that awareness, everything slows down. You stop rushing, you stop guessing, you start seeing the game like a chessboard, where every movement, every trigger, every touch has intent. And the best part is, you can use this exact same concept to your advantage when defending as well. If you know how your opponent is trying to break through these lines, you can anticipate their plays, cut off their transitions, and defend with structure instead of panic. I'll show you exactly how to do that in this video. Let's start with the defensive side. As soon as you lose the ball, that's when defending starts. Let me make this clear again. The moment you lose possession, that's when your defending begins. From that instant, I want you to use your attackers to press and cut off passing lanes. Unlike your defenders or midfielders, where pressing at the wrong time can completely expose you, your attackers are different. Your attackers are disposable. If they press and don't win the ball back, it's not the end of the world. That's why I want you to be super aggressive with them, especially when it comes to cutting passing lanes and forcing your opponent into mistakes. Their job isn't always to win the ball. It's to guide the play, to trap the opponent, and to make the next pass predictable. Once you master that, you'll start controlling games without even touching the ball. But first, let me teach you guys how to press. I want you to change your definition of what pressing really means. We're not talking about that Jurgen Klopp, Liverpool-style press where everyone swarms the ball carrier. That's not what I want from you. The type of press I'm talking about is completely different. It's the kind where you cut off the opponent's passing lanes like a mad dog off a leash. You're not chasing the ball. You're cutting off the options. Look at these clips. I don't care about the guy who has the ball. My attacker's job is to press in a straight line toward the winger, but always while cutting the passing lanes that connect the opponent's build-up. Meanwhile, my midfielders have one clear job: protect the central areas and force the opponent wide. When we do that, we're not reacting, we're controlling. Because once we make him choose a side, that means we're already in his head. Now let me demonstrate exactly how that looks in game. I want you to imagine a scenario. Your opponent has the ball. He's got 2 passing options, A and B. What we do is intentionally commit to A, closing that lane completely and leave B open on purpose. Now, if he passes to B, that's when you know you're in control, because you dictated that decision. You made him think he had a choice, but really, you gave him that option to bait him. This game is full of mental battles, and that's what makes it so fun. You're not just defending. You're manipulating your opponent's mind, forcing him to play exactly where you want. Look how aggressive I am with my midfielders. I commit hard to one side, and I do it with full intent. At first glance, it might look like chaos, but it's not. It's controlled chaos. Every movement has purpose. I'm always paying attention to cut the more central player every single time. And as the play develops, I'm constantly getting closer and closer to the opponent, shrinking his space until he panics. For now, until you master this concept, start by sprinting into a passing lane, then go straight into sprint jockey to block that passing option from the opponent. The more you force yourself to do it and stay disciplined with it, the faster you'll start becoming a truly great defender. If you enjoy these types of breakdowns and concepts, you'll love my online academy, Retro Academy. Inside, you'll find over 15 in-depth videos covering key topics like pressing, defending, and dribbling. If you're looking for something more personal, I also offer one-on-one coaching sessions where I teach you the same methods I've used to help my students climb out of their division rivals and develop their own unique playstyle and identity. You can find both links in the comment as well as on my Discord server, where I do short breakdowns like this. Now, back to our regularly scheduled program. In defense, remember, our main goal when pressing is simply to force a mistake. For now, until you fully master pressing, use your forwards, your wingers, cam, and striker to apply pressure. The idea isn't to charge the ball aggressively, but to cut off your opponent's passing options and control where they can go. It's crazy how often players, even at higher skill levels, make mistakes once you block off their options. In these clips, you'll see exactly how effective this method is. It just takes a bit of practice and patience. Your midfielders should always focus on cutting the passing lanes to the central players in deeper or advanced positions. For example, position yourself between the opponent's striker and their CAM or midfielders. That's your sweet spot. And remember, your CDMS are the most important players in this setup. They hold your defensive structure together. Start with this for now. I don't want to overwhelm you guys too early. Now, I'm going to play a few clips with the focus on breaking through the lines. Pay close attention to how I do it, especially the passes I use to break those lines. Watch how I move the ball, how patient I am, and when I decide to make that decisive pass forward. Now, let's talk about the attack. If you can focus on just one thing for now, it's breaking through the opponent's first two lines, their attackers and midfielders. That's all you need to worry about early on. Every time I coach new students, the number one issue I see is that they don't know how to get out of their own half. They panic, rush passes, or hesitate too long. Here's what I want you to focus on. Find a simple pass to one of your midfielders in the space between the opponent's attacking line and their midfield line. From there, look to connect with your fullbacks or wingers. That's how you open up the pitch and create attacking angles. And remember, the longer you take to get out of your half, the more danger you invite toward your own goal. You're giving your opponent time to close you down and trap you. So move with purpose, trust your first pass, and start building your attack from there. Hopefully, by now, you'll begin to recognize exactly how I do it in these clips. You need to find that killer, line-breaking pass to move up the pitch. But the real question is, what do we do after we break the first or second line of defense? The answer is simple, your wingers. The wingers should be your best friends this year. In every single attack, you need to be triggering them constantly. Trigger the run, let it develop, then play that killer through ball into space. Now here's the important part. When you trigger your wingers, you'll almost always get pressed. Don't panic. While you're waiting for the run to develop, hold R1. This gives you extra support and keeps passing options close while your winger sprints in behind. This little tip has helped so many of my students finally start finding those killer through balls to their wingers running into space. Here's how you can put it all together. Win the ball back, play it out to your fullback, then to your winger. Use a 1-2 pass with your cam. While your winger's run develops, hold R1, stay calm, and when the timing's right, send that full-powered through ball with your CAM or striker. And remember, having a CAM or striker with the incisive pass play style makes this strategy even deadlier. Hope this video helped you guys. Thank you so much for all the support. It really means a lot. I know I haven't been super active lately with these videos. I've just been a little overwhelmed coaching my students, playing and working my real-life job on top of everything. But guys, please don't let this game stress or overwhelm you. If you can't climb a rival, who cares? The game's only been out for a few weeks. We're all still learning, still developing, still figuring out what works. Take your time getting up those divisions. There's no rush. Seriously, why push to climb so fast if it just means you'll get smashed as soon as you get there? Instead, focus on learning the game, understanding the mechanics, the patterns, the small details that make this year's version unique. Once you master that, the winning will come naturally. I really hope you guys are enjoying the game, improving, and having fun with it. I'll see you next time, boys. Stay safe, keep grinding, and keep playing.